Are we back with Prince Zuko? I'm gonna assume yes. That we're back. Yeah, okay, yeah. He's throwing stuff around on the ship.
He ran! The ultimate warrior! He's a coward!
I don't know about
When he said he ran.
how many places can there be for an avatar to hide?
Yeah, Zuko, you already found him once. You're halfway there.
Kyoshi Island is only a few hours from here.
Hey.
According to this, Avatar Kyoshi was the fiercest of warriors and a master of what they call the Avatar state. Maybe something in her shrine will help me control my power before...
You kill someone?
You kill someone? That was good. Are we not getting the intro?
It's time to go home.
What?
We did our part. We saved him from the firebenders. Now it's time to go home. My duty... Our duty is to protect the village like Dad told us to.
I'm glad that he said our duty.
It's about more than just helping Aang. Ever since he came into our lives, things have changed for me. Before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. And now look what I can do. And that's after a single day.
She's doing a great job as Katara. Momo? How did you get in the bag, Momo? Come on now. Something's wrong with your bag.
Hey! Where's our food?
What is that?
A winged lemur!
What's this?
I like that eyebrow raise that Sokka did. How did she get...
My dear Katara, this scroll has been passed down among the waterbenders of our tribe for generations.
I saw the water whip. Oh, we gotta have that. I want to see her practice the water whip.
There's something I have to do first.
Are we burying Gyatso? Okay, yeah. I like that. That was really good. Such a great game. So this is all we get for an intro? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know if you guys have watched Warriors or Warrior, like the show, but the opening credits just reminds me of it. Like the brushstrokes making the title.
Momo?
Yeah, he looks like a Momo.
He looks like a Momo.
Calm yourself, Prince Zuko. One thing you must learn is how to get what you want without divulging your true intentions.
Yeah, that'd be a good skill to have, especially for Zuko.
Most importantly, you need to have sticky rice.
Uncle!
His reaction was great. Oh, look at that statue of Kyoshi.
Giant scary lady.
Giant scary lady. Curious Sokka check. That was quick.
Ridiculous. There would have been signs if he was the Avatar.
Like that one. Right on cue.
I think that might be a sign.
We're not a threat. Maybe not, but the next visitors might be.
You have no idea.
He's the Avatar.
According to you. And a few reflections off a statue.
You weren't even there. She wasn't even there. Talking about a few reflections.
If I can learn to be the Avatar, maybe I could bring the place I knew.
Yeah, they definitely
where people were happier back.
They definitely advance, Aang's character's growth. When they made that one comment about making him a little bit more serious in his mission about becoming the Avatar. It's definitely showing. I don't know why it took so long to finish that sentence.
So we will open our village to our guests for 48 hours. I trust that you...
For 48 hours? Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that at all.
I'm the guardian of my village too, so.
And you left? Oh, okay.
A guardian. So how are you protecting your people if you're here?
Yeah, I was literally...
I am. I may not physically be there, but still. That is...
Their reactions are great.
Sorry, how does it go again? I'm protecting Aang, so I'm protecting the village? Or...
You asked in front of Suki?
That is why I'm not just a warrior. I'm a Kyoshi warrior.
Mm-hmm. Say that again. That's a little creepy, Suki. All right. That scene was pretty good. I like that. If we don't get to see the water rip, we riot. It's all in the wrists. You gotta push and pull the wave.
Amazing! You're natural.
Well, these are just the easy forms.
Well, it's more than you could do before, right?
That's true. Always the optimist. And here we go.
Just try that Gentron stick.
Sokka and Momo fighting over food.
Are you really an airbender?
Sokka. He took my... He wasn't done eating.
That's his real power.
Ah, the air scooter.
Building bridges. That's how he's gonna be the Avatar.
Right. There goes the savior
Good
of the
job,
world.
Netflix.
And we lived in constant fear of the Fire Nation. There's a reason we've avoided that all these years.
Avoided. We've avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
Are there no guys her age in the village? Or she just finds him attractive as compared to the other guys in the village?
But that doesn't mean he's not dangerous. He's a threat. And the sooner he and his friends are off our island, the better.
She's not wrong.
The Avatar.
Yes, sir.
He thinks he's found the Avatar.
According to his crew, they claim to have discovered him at a small water tribe village.
Man, snitches.
Gather any reports of unusual sightings in the last few days. Anything out of the ordinary, no matter how small. And do it fast.
Sir.
Someone does need to put a bell on her.
Made it
Hey.
myself.
We need more close-ups
It's,
of Boomerang.
It's great in combat and hunting.
Alright, don't mess up. That was clean. I like that.
Wow.
Is it gonna come back? Where is it?
That was pretty good. Us Southern Water Tribe.
His face when he said that was pretty good.
Oh, right now? Okay.
It's funny because it's like she's trying to impress him, and he's just being Sokka. Suki, he was clearly still stretching. He was very clearly still stretching. She looks so confused. She's like, I scared him off. But how?
Did you know she was an orphan? Lived on the streets until she was hired as a house girl for the richest family on the island.
Yep.
She was quiet and kind. No one had a clue she'd become the Avatar.
Actually, she wasn't the first Avatar. They falsely named someone else the Avatar.
Back home, the other kids used to say I was lucky because I never really had to train. But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control.
Really? That's an interesting twist. I like that.
No one said anything, but I could tell. They were scared of me.
That's a nice twist. I like that. How's this gonna go?
What is it?
The ship's gone. Yeah.
It's gone.
Chow, he heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
Thank you, sir. Oh, Sokka. Come on. Are we gonna see him in the Kyoshi warrior uniform? Lower your, yeah, lower your stance. I'm not gonna lie, Suki, you're going pretty fast. That was funny. I like that. That was cute. I like that. That was a good scene.
Aang?
We haven't mentioned Roku at all, have we? I don't believe so.
It's about time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you know she's supposed to be super tall.
Can't we go any faster?
We're at top speed. Everything.
Yeah, Zuko, we're at top speed.
Done. You've waited 3 years. You can wait.
You've waited 3. That's a wild thing to say, Iroh.
There were times I thought I'd never find the Avatar. But it's almost worse.
Knowing that he's out there. Yeah. Which really, that makes sense. Almost better being ignorant to the fact that Aang was alive than it is now.
We're approaching Kyoshi Island.
Especially now that Zhao's on the way and he's already almost there. Okay, wait. He said they're approaching Kyoshi Island. There's no way they beat Zhao there, right? Like, Zhao should be there before them.
You need to turn your opponent's power against them. Reflect their strength.
Yeah, Sokka, reflect their strength.
You're a great teacher.
And you're an excellent student.
Is he, though?
I'm sure you were helped by your previous training. You know, as your village's protector.
You're taking off the makeup already? I heard water.
I think you're a real warrior.
No.
Yeah, Sokka, don't doubt yourself.
We can't reshape mountains and burn forests, so we have to fight with what we have.
Yeah. I think what makes these characters stronger is them working, or them being in the same scene together. Because, like, in the last episode, I was saying how I liked Aang and Katara, and they had a lot of scenes together to build their, you know, their chemistry. And I was saying how Sokka was kind of lacking a little bit, but here with Suki, you know, his character, the chemistry between the characters is making them stand out a bit more, or making Sokka stand out a bit more, because he, you know, Suki wasn't in the last episode.
The bell.
So close.
You hear it too?
We have to go.
He said you hear it too. That was pretty good. Suki, you gotta put your makeup back on. You can't go into battle without your makeup. Okay. If that's Zuko, I'm gonna be very confused. Because Zhao should be there before him.
Where are you?
The Avatar state is a combination of all your past lives focusing their energy through you. The Avatar state gives you the strength of 1,000 benders.
I've seen it. It's dangerous.
If uncontrolled,
Yeah,
yes.
it's scary.
But it can also be the ultimate weapon. And it can save your life.
We're too late. There's no way around Zhao's men. He'll have made it to the village.
Okay,
by now.
yeah, no, that was Zhao that got there first. I was about to say, that doesn't make any sense.
Knowing where he might go is more important than speed. And so, where there is one avatar, there may be another.
Good job, Iroh. Well, good job, but not good job for Aang. Suki, you gotta put on your makeup. You look out of place now.
Such a lovely island.
And we welcome you to it, Commander. Though we wish we'd had some advance notice, we are quite unprepared for guests.
Yeah, so get out.
Yes, I've heard Kyoshi Island has had an admirable history of staying, shall we say, insignificant.
I'd rather be insignificant than burned down.
You and your men are the only outsiders here.
An unfortunate perspective.
Now, what if she was telling the truth, you know? Alright, what's the plan here? What? How did she do that?
But what if I hurt someone along the way?
Kyoshi's not the one to ask about
have
that.
already been hurt because you haven't been here.
Yeah, that's true too.
and I will show you what will happen if you fail. Tragedy awaits the North, and unless you do something...
I wonder if they're gonna explain how Kyoshi would... I mean, you know, you could just say it's the Avatar powers. But, hey, good job, Momo. Let's go. But, you know, I wonder how they would explain that Kyoshi knew that the North was going to be under attack. I'm getting tired. It's like, it's almost 5 a.m. Okay, the double team and the combos. Let's go. That was great. Oh, good job, Sokka. Training really does pay off. Okay, yeah, she is. Okay. I was about to say, Katara, I'm like, what are you planning on doing? The flare on the... Yo! She saw it happen. Well, she saw it happen in the cartoon too. But no, she didn't. She didn't see it in the cartoon because her mom sent her to go find her dad. That was gruesome.
Power can do.
You've got to be crazy to attack Avatar Kyoshi. Like, actually crazy. That was nice. I like that. Sokka, you're gonna take out Zhao? Oh, okay. I was like, what? I know what you plan on doing with Boomerang, but... Katara, how did you get there so fast? You literally got there the same time as Kyoshi and she was flying. That looks cool, but let's be honest, Kyoshi would have killed them.
Back to the ship!
Kyoshi would have just tossed them around. She would have straight up just ended them right then and there.
I brought this here.
Which is why you have to go. Now.
We can't just leave you.
They want the Avatar, not us.
There's nothing here that we've lost that can't be replaced.
Okay, cool. So nobody died. That's great. Yeah, Sokka. Gonna get a private goodbye.
I wish we had more time.
I know. I do too.
I do too. Oh, she gave him the fan. That's cool. I am gonna need to see him use Boomerang, like how she used that fan, because him just throwing it directly at the person isn't doing it for me. Or the watermelon, whatever that was. Where's Momo?
You have me, Tara, and a flying
No,
ball
okay, here he
cutter.
comes.
What more do you need?
That's I remember this clip that they released.
Really?
Don't tell anyone about the Avatar. No one else can know.
How many of us here trust that Zhao will not tell anyone else that the Avatar's alive? Let the plotting begin.
Supreme Eminence, the great flame of the world.
The great flame of the world. Oh, cool, messenger hawk.
One that could change
Are we ever
the future.
So I guess they didn't build a set for the throne or anything like that. Because so far we've seen twice now them standing in front of it, but no one actually sitting at it.
The Avatar has returned.
Alright, so that's it for this episode of The Last Airbender. Pretty solid episode. This time, definitely the stars of this was Sokka and Suki. You know, there was a lot of controversy about, you know, them taking the sexism out. Well, yeah, them taking the sexism out of the show. And, you know, a lot of the fans were really, really upset because, you know, that's a big part of Sokka's character. And I'll say it worked for, I mean, really the first 2 episodes is where you see it in full force, you know. Well, not the first 2, but the first episode and then the Kyoshi Island episode is where you see it basically stand out. And them turning this into, you know, Suki is awkward around Sokka and is trying to impress him, but makes it awkward. I feel like it worked. Yeah, I can definitely say that it worked for this episode. You know, it gives Sokka a reason to start training or taking, you know, he was serious about being a warrior, but he really didn't have anyone to train him. And, you know, them both having a mutual crush on each other, basically the events unfolded how they should have, like, pretty much mirrored how the events unfolded in the actual television show. You know, Sokka sneaking around watching the Kyoshi Warriors practice, you know, because Suki easily took him out. But to be fair, I will say he was still stretching when she threw him down and choked him. When she threw him down and choked him, he was definitely still stretching. But yeah, I did like the, you know, her use of the fan. I will say their use of the boomerang leaves a lot to be desired. Like him literally just throwing it straight at the watermelon. You know, hopefully in future episodes, we'll get to see, you know, full boomerang action. But yeah, all in all, pretty solid episode. I did like how about say Kyoshi Island? I did like getting to see Kyoshi. I did like that they made her very tall. I will say when they zoomed out, it looked like she was standing on a rock. So I'm glad that for the rest of the shots, they kept it really close up to make it seem like, you know, she was that much taller than Aang. So all in all, that was pretty cool. I don't really know how I feel about the spirit world. The movie that shall not be named did the same thing. How the spirit world had this very intense blur in the background, like you can't see anything besides the 2 people talking, and it's a little, for me it's a little distracting, you know. But I want to know how you guys feel about it. You know, the spirit world as depicted, you know, in other mediums where it was just blue, you know, everything had a blue tint to it and it wasn't really like blurry, but that's how you would distinguish the two, that, you know, the spirit world, everything was blue. And so here giving a blur to the whole background, kind of, I don't know, for me it's distracting. For me personally it's distracting. But yeah, I do think that they handled it pretty well. I want them to explain, you know, in the show, Sozin warned Aang about Sozin's comet, and that how in order to speak to Roku warned Aang about Sozin's comet, but in order to do that he had to get to Roku's temple on the solstice. So I did like that they kept the, you know, the same premise. Aang can really only, well, did he say he can only communicate? No, he said that he can only, you know, get taken over or possessed by them when he's at their temple. I believe that's what he said, if I'm not mistaken. So I do like, you know, keeping the temples of the Avatar relevant in the show. I wonder if he's ever, I'd assume he talked to Roku. You know, we got a glimpse of Roku in the last episode when they were showing all the previous avatars on that giant staircase. So I don't see why we wouldn't see Roku at some point. But I do think it's interesting that he hasn't been brought up at all. Yeah, because even in like Zuko's book, as well as the statues that Zuko had, we haven't seen that scene with the avatars was the only thing we've seen of Roku, like, at all. So nothing else really ever has even mentioned Roku. I don't believe, unless I missed something, but I don't think I missed anything. But yeah, solid episode. Cool. We got to see Momo. I was thinking at the end of the last episode, I was like, oh, we haven't seen Momo yet, but I'm glad that we got him at the, you know, the Southern Air Temple. So that was cool. Momo looks good. You know, Appa, we haven't seen his face since the first episode, but Appa looks good. I did like the addition to the Kyoshi Island episode, well, the addition to this episode being Suki's mother. I don't really think the actress did a great job as Suki's mother, but honestly, I don't know. I feel personally that it wasn't really needed, you know? She did a great job of, you know, defending the island and saying, like, you know, you guys gotta leave, which really, they just took Suki's character and just kind of split it up. Because Suki was the one that was like, hey, you guys gotta leave, like, you guys are outsiders, you shouldn't be here. And so they just kind of took it and split it into two, to where Suki's mother was the one, she literally said, you guys have 48 hours and you gotta leave. But yeah, Suki's mother was the one trying to protect the village, and Suki, she was just, interested in Sokka and wanted them to stay a little longer. And I really liked her line about how she was saying, "Thank you for showing me the world," because, growing up on the island, staying out of the war, so you literally see the same people every day. Like, there's no new people. So I can definitely understand her seeing a guy her age show up all of a sudden, like her being like, "Oh wow, he's cute. Like, yeah, you should definitely stay." But yeah, and it's same thing for Sokka. He grew up in the Southern Water Tribe. He hasn't been anywhere. Saw the same people all the time. So that was really awesome. Aang, playing with the kids. Yeah, Aang playing with the kids, that was great. Kind of bringing that light with him everywhere he goes. Like how Katara was saying, how he's just great with people, how he has a way with people. So that definitely came across on screen here. Zhao, we didn't really get enough of him for me to make a solid decision about Zhao. Iroh, I'm still waiting on a bit more for Iroh from Paul. And Dallas, he did good as Zuko. That drive to capture the Avatar. And when he was giving that monologue, when he was talking to Iroh about how it was a bit easier hunting for the Avatar when it was just kind of a myth, but now that you've literally had him in your hands and he slipped away, and now knowing that he's out there, kind of it didn't really motivate him. Like, now it's like the chances of me failing are real, whereas before, like I said in the reaction, ignorance is bliss. Well, in this case. But yeah, now that Zuko knows that he's out there, and now that Zhao also knows that he's out there, but now it literally is a race to get to the Avatar before someone else does. So, I think that Dallas did a great job during that scene and really portrayed Zuko's inner fears really well. But yeah, all in all, great episode. First two episodes were solid. Well, still loving the credits, but yeah. Other than that, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.